Hello everyone. So today we are here with with the contest which is Codeforces Round 776 Div 3, and we are going to discuss this contest. Fine, means it's we can say in simple word it's an post contest discussion where I had solved A, B, C today. Fine, and yeah, screencast is already there. But yeah, means I solved this three, and now in this video I'm going to tell what are the mistakes I did in A, B, such that I got one WTC in A, two TLE in B, and C I did one mistake, but it was little bit fine. So that I'm going to tell, and another one I'm also giving to going to means discuss what my mindset during the contest, and yeah, we are going to discuss the solutions also. Fine. So let's see the first question. Means okay, okay. Let's me open my OneNote. Let me open this first. Fine. Fine. Wait a second. We are going to discuss this three and D. I have to do right now. After solving, I will do. Fine. And wait a second. Status. Okay. Fine. Everything is fine. So, what this question is saying to us: deletion of two adjacent letter. And I hope if you can come here, so you had at least try this question, so it would be fine. Fine. This was an question where what they had said. Wait a second. What the question was saying to us is, let me summarize this question. What the question is saying to us, that you have given a string. Fine, you have given a string like let's say A, B, C, D, E, and you also have given a character which is an input, any character it could be between them. So let's see, it is given C. So what you need to find out is you can do some operations in this string. What does this operations means is like, you can, if you select this number, means select this index, so you can delete this and its adjacent, means I plus 1. So if you are selecting this, so you have to delete this AB, and if you are selecting this, you have to select delete BC or AB. Fine, means basically you have to delete the adjacent elements. Fine. And another thing is like, they have given that the number is, after deleting, what we need to do, after deleting we need to see that after deleting all the numbers, if the means if the string left with means one character, and this character is that character which had been given an input, if they match, so the answer is yes, otherwise no. That is why they have given the length of the string as odd. Because if it would be odd, then only it is possible, because even numbers got deleted, like here 355 are there, so this would vanish and this would vanish, so she left, so it would be the answer. Fine. And yeah, so how we could do this. Fine. So what was my approach, first of all, which gave me TLE? What I thought, that it is always possible to means eliminate the things and we can do easily. So what I thought, that I should find the condition when the condition would be no. Fine, when wouldn't be possible. So I thought that if that character is in second position, and if this character is like, maybe if it n minus 2 position, so sorry, n minus 1 position. Fine, first last and second last if it would be, so we can't do. Okay, means we can't remove this. Fine. So means we can't get that string, so it was a wrong approach. Fine, because it is not the case. Like, the thing should be, the main logic behind this is, the main behind this behind the logic is that whenever you find, means if we go with algo, you have to iterate the loop. Fine. And see, and you have to see that if the character is arrive, fine, in a string, so you have to see that the okay, let me see, like A, B, C, D, E. If we see, if we taken here, so we have to see that the number of characters which are behind this C, and number of characters which are, means above this C, if both are odd, sorry, both are even numbers. Fine, here how many number of characters are there? Two. And here also two, so both are even. So on that case, we have to print yes, otherwise no. The reason is that if AB is there, fine, Means even number is there, so they would pair and delete it. And if here also both conditions should be even, otherwise it wouldn't be the case. Fine, if anyone is or is there odd only also, so it wouldn't be the case. Fine, so that's the main logic behind it. And if you want, I can show my code. So yeah, initially I used map means thought so big, but it wouldn't be, means it had taken a lot of time for me also. It was like where it was. Wait a second. What it had happened. Okay, okay. My submission. I have to go over my submission. So here is C. First wrong test case two. Fine, that I said now. This I did in 21 minutes. It's a lot of time because I was thinking so big. Fine, that you know, no need to do. So here is my code. The template is so big. Yeah, here is my code. So don't bother this maps. Fine, it's nothing. So what I need, I insert this string and this character means taken the input. After this, ignore this one. Fine, means it's an frequency only. Fine, if this character frequency is 0, so the answer would be no only. But the main logic is here, I iterate from 1 to n and 0 to n index, we can say. Fine, and minus 1 index. And if I found this character in this string, fine, so on that what I need to do, I have to check the length behind it, and length after it, means left side and right side length excluding him. And if both are even, so you have to print yes, otherwise no. So that's the code, very simple and very easy. So this was all about first question, and let me see the second question. Okay, so second question is very means to understand it is simple. Fine, and it is obviously simple only. So what you have given, you have given like L and R, means it's an some range. Fine, it's left means it is a lower limit of any range and it's an higher limit of any range. And you have given A, and what you need to do is to find fx. We have given a function x divided by A plus x mod A. Find this function. So they ask to find the maximum of this. Fine, by putting the value of x is what, x would be in between the range. Fine, including both L and R. So you have to find this. Fine, so in what was our first thought, if we don't consider a time limit? So that also I thought also, I hadn't read that 10 raised to power 9 is there. So the first thought would be we should iterate from L to R. Fine, and check that which is the maximum number, means maximum function would come, means value of function would come. And that's the first approach. But it would give clearly as 10 raised to power 9 is there. So as per my experience, what I thought, like on that contest, I thought, means in this like B question I thought too much, but it was nothing. But the basic logic behind is like what I observe in questions. If there is a power of 10 raised to 9, fine. So on that case, what would happen? That there is maybe a two condition. Maybe you have to use the for loop, but there would be any condition when the things would break. Fine, you have to put the break condition, and yeah, it would be applicable for everywhere. Fine, so there would be could be a condition. So I tried also in here also, but it in this condition it couldn't possible, because if you put L, means like L by R. Fine, like okay, let me don't, means like what, let me clarify the things very simply. Fine, don't confuse you. So you have to maximize this function. Fine, so what could be the maximum condition? The maximum condition, only condition, the because A is constant. Fine, A is constant, and the maximum means the full value is depend upon x. What would be the value of x? So we can say its max range is how much? It could go from 0 to how much, x divided by A. Fine, its maximum range. And the means this range is how much? How much it could go? It's an modulus of A, so it could go from 0 to A minus 1. Fine, so this would be the condition. Fine, for maximum, what would be the answer? X divided by A or A minus 1? A minus 1 not. So listen what I am saying. So if we want to maximize this, fine, so we will put directly R. Fine, if we want to maximize this, we will put R divided by A. Fine, directly we will put. And if we want to maximize this, so answer should be a minus 1. But it is not guaranteed that our percentage a would give us a minus 1. If it would give, so it would be the maximum number, otherwise no. So this is confirmed that this would be the maximum number. Fine. So what we need to do, we need to first check for r divided by a plus r percentage a. Fine, it's modulus. We will find this. Fine. After that, for security, what we need to do is like, after means like, we can say that r divided by a. After this, there would be a case when r divided by a minus 1. Fine. What would be its value? So there would be a case when it would be a value minus 1. Fine. So on that case, it is guaranteed that the remainder maximum would be a minus 1. Fine. Are you getting the things? So let me show with one example. Let's say I have 584. Fine. So we are here saying that food, like r is what? 8. R is 8. So 8 divided by 4 is giving us 4. Fine. Is giving us 2, sorry. Then if we move back, 70 divided by 4, what it will give? It will give us what? 1. And it would go like 4 divided by 4, it would give us 1. And after this, 3 divided by 4, it would give 0 until 0 by 4, or we can say lower by 4, it would give means whatever the number. Fine, 0. This whole range. Fine. So from here we will seeing that r would be the maximum number, and r percentage a would be the maximum modulus which could come, because like maybe if you take n 9. Fine. So 9 divided by 4 is how much giving? Means it is giving us 2 only, but the modulus is giving us 1. But if we reduce with 8, 8 divided by 4 is also giving us 2. But as we decrease this number, the modulus is also getting decreased. So the thing is that there is only two cases possible, which is r divided by a plus a r percentage r modulus a. Fine. Another one is what? If r is like 7 divided by 4, 1 is coming. So on this case, always the modulus would be a minus 1 possible, because here's 7 by 4 is how much? 3. So a minus 1 is possible. So and after that, if you go down, so it would decrease only. Fine. Because this would remain the max value, and yeah, this could be the max achievable value for this. So we are going to compare r by a plus a r percentage a, comma r by a minus 1 plus a minus 1. So this is the condition which we will check once we will calculate the max value. So that's all what about the question. And yeah, there is a condition like low. The value of low should be less than or equal to this number. Fine. So that's the thing, and this you can verify from here also. This case is satisfying this only, because at what case this is maximum. Fine. So this is what about this question, and let me see the code. It was a simple logic click problem. Fine. If how much you clicked fastly, so it would done fastly. So where it is? Okay, my submission. TLE, you can see that, yeah. Uh, yeah. Here is the very simple approach. I declare LRA, and yeah, I had declared value equal to R by A. What I said, maxi would be val plus R percentage A. And another one is like what? Low. L divided by A means its lower value could be. And I said now that if the value minus 1 is greater than equal to low, so on that case, what? Sum would be val minus 1 plus A minus 1. That's 7 divided by 4 wala condition that I said now. And else sum would be 0 if low is equal to R by A only. So on that case, sum equal to 0. And after that, I found the maximum between both of them, and after that I got the answer. So that's what about the second question. Let's move to the third question. Fine. C question. So the question C. First of all, when you saw the question, maybe Anyone could feel this heart by seeing this. But the thing is what I will explain via one example only. Here they illustrate very beautifully. So yeah, like what you have given in input. In input they have given n comma m. M are the number of points in the coordinates. Fine. And after that the inside inputs they had given total m inputs, where m are the coordinates. Here is the x coordinates, and y means here is the weight of this, means pairing this. Fine. So means what it's mean that this coordinate corresponding to this weight. Fine. So let me see this. Let us, this is the coordinate -2. So 1 would be its weight, 0 coordinate, 10 is weight, 2 coordinate, 3 is 4, 10, 5 -2, 7 -1, 9, 1, and 11 is how much? 20. So yeah, this is the total case, and here m was given 8. So total 8 points are there. Yes, total 8 points are there. And what you need to input, means what you need to find is, you have given somewhat around n. What is n? N is the points. Fine, like here 3 points are given. Fine, means 3 denotes 3 segments. Fine, and each segment is what? Each segment contains 2 points. So total you have to find 6 points which satisfy some conditions. Like 6 points is must in the here. And after this, like you get clear from this image only, like 6 points here. So this is the points. Fine, like, and this is one segment, and it is said that it is a nested segment. What is nested loop? One loop inside loop. So what is nested segment? One segment inside another segments. Fine. So this is one segment, bigger segment inside this one segment, inside this segment. So this is what they had said, and what the condition they hold is like, they told that this 6 point what you find, they are the segments, like this is r, l, L, R, R, L. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3, R. So what you need to find is to calculate, you have to calculate the 6 points. Fine. Means whatever the L and R you had taken for this 3 segments, you have to take the weight of these points and you have to sum it. And yeah, you have to sum it. And at the end, after sum, you have to print the sum, minimum sum. The sum should be minimum. The all weight sum should be minimum. And after that, you have to print also the points which you had taken, L and R. For 3 segment you had taken, so you have to output the L and R for these 3 segments. Fine, are you getting? So that's the case. Fine. So that's the simple case. It is so what you will see. Fine. Whenever here it is given, you have to print the, means weight should be minimal. So if you are thinking about like we can do via sliding window technique, anything like that, so don't think like that. And another approach is like minimum. Whenever the minimum thing is there, so you have to think somewhat around greedy approach. Means they want some greedy things. Fine, they want the weight should be minimum. So what could we do in greedy step? What is the basic fundamental is to short the things. Fine, shorting the things are the is the most basic fundamentals. So it's simple. What you need to do is, I'm going to tell the approach. You have to put inside a vector. Fine. You have to take a vector in which you have to take the pairs, weight, and that coordinates. Fine. That coordinate you have to take inside the vector and short the weights. Fine. You have to short the weights, and after that, the sum would be the what? The sum would be the first two n. The sum would be the first two n elements of that vector weight. Fine. After shorting, what the first, because they are the smallest numbers, they are the smallest weight which are possible. So the answer would be the sum of first two n numbers of the elements of this vector. Fine. Thus that would be the sum answer. And if you had find the sum, so you can easily find out the coordinate, because you had taken this in a vector. Fine. So let me illustrate this. So here, if you take the things, uh, the first parameter of this vector, I'm taking the weight. So 1 comma minus 2, then it is what, 0 comma 10, sorry, 10 comma 0, then it is 3 comma 2, then it is 10 comma 4, then it is minus 2 comma 5, then it is minus 1 comma 7, then it is 1 comma 9, and 20 comma 11. So okay, I would short this. How I can do, means the smallest weight is what, minus 2, minus 2 comma 5. I had taken this, then I had minus 1 comma 7, then I had uh, then what 1 comma minus 2, then 1 comma 9, then 3 comma 2, then what, 3 comma 2, 3 4 5, 5 had came, 3 comma 2, then it is okay, 10 comma 0, then another one is like 10 comma 4, then 10 comma 20 comma 11. So the sum would be the first six, 3 4 5 6. This you have to take this, you have to focus on this only, and the sum would be the weight of this, and you have to declare a vector in which you store the coordinates of them. Fine, coordinates of them. And listen, how is the pairing would be done? So it is simple. R would be the maximum, and L would be the minimum. Fine, and it would go like two pointer techniques. Fine. You have what you need to do. You have to store the coordinates in vector, and after that, what you need to do? Short the vectors. Means short this coordinates. So it would be minus 2, 0, 2, then what it is, 5, 7, and 9. You short it. So you have to go from here I and J. So you had to take this means this coordinate and this coordinate, then you have to, this is also looping type of things, no? So this is all, this you need to take, and this both you need to take, so that the things would form. And remember one thing, this would give you answer easily. After that, remember one thing, you do not need to print the what coordinates, no. They ask to print, means like the number in which it is coming. So minus 2, if you have minus 2, so you have to print the answer in 1 to m only. Fine, because they denote the coordinate as means if first coordinate they denote as 1, that type of thing. So minus 2 is coming in second position, so the value of minus 2 I store in map. So value of this is 2. If we take 0, 0 is coming first, then you take 2. Fine, 2 is coming at what position? 2 is coming at third, means 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, seventh position. So this type of things you have to print, and at the end you have to print via map, you can do. So let's see the code. Fine, so where is my code? Oh, where it had gone. Okay, this is my code. This wrong answer one, that is why it had came, because I hadn't mentioned this like 1 to m, I told now. So that the things it is. Okay, let me open this. So yeah, here is my code, very small code. So yeah, taken n and m as input. We had taken a vector pair. After that, what I did, I declare a map which I'm going to use at last. I input x and y, means that coordinate and this weight. I put in this vector pair. After that, what I stored the coordinate as I plus 1, means the number I had given in a map. After this, I short the vector using weight. Short by first, what it's mean? Like this is a function I had. Wait a second. Where it on? Uh, okay, it would be somewhere. So what its main intention is, like if first parameter are same, so it would short based on second parameter. That's the thing I did. After that, I calculate the sum. Fine, because sum is the, yeah, here I calculate the sum by taking first two n elements fine, and I taken a vector inside which I put the coordinates, x coordinates, and I then short the this. I print the sum. After that, I short the coordinates, and I said now like this two pointer type. So I equal to 0 and j equal to the size of that vector. After that, I print means I had this x coordinate came, fine, and corresponding to that the number I have in a map. So I print out this, and that's the thing, and this is the conclusion of this contest. So all this much, and D I had read, but I have to absolve right now. So that was about this contest, and I could do this question means fastly, but yeah, means did mistake because I was little bit nervous in first question many times. So that's what about today's contest, post contest discussion. It was good contest means like uh, means div 3 also it is like good, fine. So that's what about today's contest. Okay, so we will meet again at tomorrow. There is no contest. The day after tomorrow we will meet. Okay, so that's all for today. Goodbye. Thank you.